So we are continuing the series today about thriving in a downward spiraling economy. And there's a lot of talk right now about the one percenters, kind of blaming them for the entire economy. But if you saw a human body where all the energy in that body was just in 1% of that body, yes, that would be a very unhealthy body. But just cutting that out would not change anything. What we need to do is fundamentally rebalance the body, fundamentally rewire the way we are interfacing with economy. And possibly the most important thing that anyone can dare to do to unplug from a toxic economy is to take responsibility for your health, to become the CEO of your own well-being, and don't let other institutions and programs rob you of this fundamental right. The first issue is not allowing your health to be defined by mainstream consciousness, because mainstream consciousness equates health with functionality. And we've all seen these amazing drug ads on TV, that says stop taking it if you have pains in your abdomen, if you have coughing fits, nausea, suicidal thoughts, death, then you should stop taking these prescription meds. The issue is that the fear of loss, the fear of lack, is driving people to create these giant bureaucracies. And instead of allowing you the freedom and the focus to really understand and define health for yourself, health is defined by forces that control you. The medical system is kind of like going to a big hotel. They find ingenious ways to extract money from you. That seems to be the job. You keep buying pharmaceutical drugs so that you can function. People take sleeping pills so they can function. People drink 10 cups of coffee a morning so they can function. So if you allow your health to be defined as mere functionality, you're cutting off about 90% of your human potential. You are willingly devaluing yourself in order to fit into a system because you have been convinced that there is no other way to survive. We have to ask the question, why are we suffering so much? With prescription meds, with giant hospitals, why is it that the United States is something like 36th or 37th in the world in terms of longevity? And longevity does not have anything to do with well-being, which I would say is the real measure of health. Why are we suffering so? Why are we not living better? Why are people on prescription meds for 30 years? Why are vaccine deliveries filled with mercury? Why are we breathing non-vital air and drinking water that's leached through plastic bottles? And working for 8 hours a day under fluorescent lights? And what is this all equal to? Stress. Stress is fundamentally a contraction. Health, on the other hand, is connection. When you feel connected to everything and everyone, you're healthy. When you breathe in, not just through your nose and mouth, but through your whole body, you breathe in the energy of life, you breathe in prana. And being healthy is our first job. Because without that well-being, we can't expand into absolute consciousness. And that's what we're here for. We're not here to be on time. Look at the food served in schools and hospitals and tell me if these institutions have any major investment in you being healthy. Look at the fact that people don't have the time to eat, but eat on the run, and tell me if the workplace has any investment in you being healthy. Your body is your life. It is our chance for true freedom. And so the first responsibility to unhook from an economy that is leeching you of your money and your time for the health industry is to educate yourself. Become aware of your own body. Shut off the screen and listen to your body. Here's a little thing one can do every day. When you get up, just pick a number from 1 to 10. 1 is I feel like absolute shit, and 10 is I feel like I'm in divine bliss. And if you're not a 5, at least, don't go out of the house. When you're not living in the flow of what is, you're swimming upstream or sideways, and you're bound to be stressful. Look at our schools that we're, what we're giving to what we're bequeathing to our children. Our schools have become giant stress machines. People have to get there on time. Never mind that it's dark out. Never mind circadian rhythms. Never mind nature. You have to be at school this time in the morning or you get marked down. Bells ringing all day telling you to jump up, move around. Ridiculous amount of homework that just overloads people with information. Getting kids up so early. Hey, daylight savings time began in World War I. It was specifically designed to aid the war effort. It is kept in place by industry and by market research that looks at when people do the most shopping. The fact of the matter is that our bodies are not meant to live by clocks. They're meant to live by light. You get up when it's light. It's very simple. And that time changes during the year. That's one way of staying healthy. Note, at the different times of the year, the energy is different, the light is different. You will find yourself naturally wanting to get up at a specific time, go to sleep at a specific time. But most people are manacled with these time machines called watches. If an alien came down from another planet, they might wonder why all these people are wearing these handcuffs and living their lives by them. My point simply is that these are all symptoms of the fact that we live in a culture that has sold out its natural flow in order to create some kind of self-created world of stress that only ends with old age, disease, and death. Instead of wasting time obsessing about bank accounts and the Dow Jones, what about taking stock on a daily basis of your chi account? Like, that is the first responsibility. Not how much money is in the bank, but how much chi is in your system. Oh, Newman is here with us. Ask yourself this. Ask yourself, when are you in flow? When are you feeling good without any props, without any conditioning? Ralph Waldo Emerson, to paraphrase him at the end of his essay, Self-Reliance, he says, you get an inheritance, all of a sudden a miracle happens, your long-lost love returns. He says, do you think this will change anything? And he says, no. He says, nothing will change anything in your life except the triumph of principle. And I understand the triumph of principle is to put well-being first, to put connection to the universe first. This feeds you and it detaches you from the economy. Republicans and Democrats are preying on people's insecurity. They tell you how dangerous the world is. They tell you about all the bad things that can happen. And the medical system does the exact same thing. They encourage you to get early screenings for diseases that you have less than a 1% chance of ever developing. And the problem is, once you get caught into the medical system, it's not just that they take your money, it's that they take your time. And you wind up going this specialist and that specialist and doctor to doctor. Can you imagine what that's doing to your head? Now, I am not anti-medicine, I am not anti-doctor, but you have to understand that you are hiring them. They're not medical divinities who tell you what to do. So your responsibility of taking charge of your health is to get a good team of people around you, people who you trust, people who really can help you get better and can help you move through hard times. This is taking responsibility as opposed to allowing yourself to be bullied by doctors and insurance companies. To be clear, I am not advocating that we get rid of or ignore the medical system. Like all the rest of us, these are good people trying to be happy. However, what we need to remember is that we are hiring them. Okay? Doctors, nurses, holistic health professionals generally know only their own protocols. It is very rare these days when you meet a true healer who is not trapped in their own system. So what do you do? What you do is you take the responsibility by hiring a very good team of health people around you to help you, not becoming beholden onto a medical divinity or a healing divinity, but rather to your own divinity. You know, they every once in a while, all over the internet, you have people who tell their experience of being prodded and poked and examined by aliens. But the fact of the matter is, if you want this experience, all you have to do is go to the doctor. Because doctors today have lost the ability to read your body. They don't touch your body. They don't look at your body. They go to machines, and they want you to buy machines. And so you get prodded by this machine, and electrocardio this machine and that machine. And do you know that your blood tests are not even looked at by humans? They're read by computers. Again, I'm not saying that we ignore this information. But I am saying that we do not allow ourselves to be colonized by this specific protocol. But find a good group of people who you trust who have different protocols, and then you take the responsibility in consulting with them about your own health. Remember, any healthcare professional, and this is true of a neurosurgeon and a nurse, what they know are their own protocols, and that's all they know. Okay, so they're experts in their own protocols, but that does not mean that their own protocol is a fit for your particular karmic configuration. So your job is to hire and connect with not one person, but a group of people, and eventually find a protocol that really speaks to your soul. Not live around the fear base of getting sick, because you are going to get sick. It's kind of the deal on this plane of existence. And all getting sick means is your body is rebalancing itself. Okay? Once you inject the fear story in, then you start losing time, money, energy, and self-esteem. How much time do you really want to spend in your life in waiting rooms? How much time do you want to spend filling out forms? How much money do you want to have siphoned off, whether you're insured or uninsured? Again, taking responsibility means that you're proactive about being healthy, and you don't wait until you're on death's door and then put throw it all on the doctor. Now, the health food industry, supplements, herbs, can be just as pernicious as modern medicine. They are huge industries, and if you think about how much money Americans spend on vitamins, projecting our magical hopes onto a little pill, or the latest healing machine that you attach to your head and everything's going to be all right, is taking hundreds of pills a day, is hooking yourself up to machines. Is this to you, does this sound like a healthy, beautiful, aesthetic, flowing, energetic, blissful lifestyle? Or is it more of the same? So how about, instead of getting afraid of this or that. How about starting off by going on a media diet? Okay? How about working to drink pure water, giving yourself a space? I had a friend the other day who said she slept outside in a tent. Best sleep she's had in 10 years. No electronic devices. Get them out of your bedroom if you can. Okay? Pure water, pure air, walk, move your body. People don't walk anymore. Okay? Gandhi used to walk 10 miles a day. Think about this. And when Gandhi walked 10 miles a day, it wasn't for his physical health. It was the way he connected with the land and with the people and connected with everything and everyone. And I'll say it before and I'll say it again and I'll say it on the day I die. The key word that we want to establish is connection. Connection to the source of energy. That's all economy is. It's the current of connection. We call it currency. Get connected and disconnect from these people and places that are infecting you with elements of scarcity. These people and places that are infecting you with elementals of scarcity, or that are moving you with like romantic hope about curing this or curing that. Look at information critically. What is the agenda of the food industries? Understand, and this to me it's the central spinal column of everything. Understand that your birthright is love, bliss, gratitude, energy, and fullness. Anything less, you are selling your birthright for a mess of porridge. And when you sell your birthright, then everyone can jump in and abscond with your energy. And this is why the first step in thriving in a downward turning economy, in a downward spiraling culture, is to take responsibility for your health.